With this WVLI News Update, I'm Rob West, back with a look at today's news right after this.
Stay connected to your community, even on the go. The WVLI Podcast Network brings you 3 great local shows. The WVLI News Update keeps you informed. Kankakee Valley Community Happenings gets you ready for the weekend. And This One Time in Kankakee shares the incredible stories of our area. Find the WVLI Podcast Network wherever you get your podcasts or at WVLI927.com. The voices you trust beyond the dial.
Testimony continues today in the Xanderia Harris murder trial. Harris standing trial for her part in the December 29th, 2021 shooting that took the life of Bradley Police Sergeant Marlene Rittmanic and wounded her then-partner Officer Tyler Bailey. Yesterday afternoon, defense attorney Sierra Norris finished her cross-examination of Bradley Patrolman Matt Baxter, who was the evidence officer for Bradley PD the night of the shooting. Her questions had to do with the Bradley Police Department policies when it comes to in-the-line-of-duty deaths and the policy of death investigations. Jurors yesterday afternoon also heard from Kyle Benty, who was the CANCOM dispatcher the night of the shooting. The state then called Bradley Police Officer Megan Laney to the stand. Officer Laney was working with the Kankakee County Sheriff's Department the night of the shooting and stopped a car that had Xanderia Harris inside, but let the car go since at the time she didn't know of Harris's involvement in the shooting. Harris's then-boyfriend, Darius Sullivan, has already been found guilty of the shooting and sentenced to life in prison. Harris's trial is expected to last through August 21st. Kankakee City Police looking into an alleged burglary to a home on West Walnut in the city. According to reports, it was just after 10 o'clock Sunday night. The officers were called to the home by the owner, who said she had reason to believe that someone had burglarized the home. When they got there, officers say they found an open window in the basement. The owner told police 2 black airsoft guns were missing. She believed everything else was still in place. City police continue to investigate. And the Powerball jackpot moving closer to $1 billion. More on that from Mark Mayfield.
There was no grand prize winner in Monday night's drawing, so Wednesdays will be worth at least $975 million with a cash value of a little over $422 million. Tickets are $2 each. Odds of winning, roughly 1 in 292 million. I'm Mark Mayfield.
A man's been found guilty of murder in a deadly Iroquois County house fire from last year. Christopher Burton was convicted in Iroquois County Court yesterday. Authorities arrested Burton earlier this year after Ashley Taylor was killed in the October 2025 house fire near Grant Avenue and Frederick Street in Milford. The 53-year-old Burton was convicted of setting the fire that severely burned Tucker October the 16th. She died 3 days later at Loyola University Hospital in Chicago. An ordinance that would have granted a special use permit to Bradley Auto Sales for a building on Route 50 was tabled by Bradley trustees at last night's village board meeting. Bradley Mayor Mike Watson.
There's a lot in between them and that the old collision auto body. I'm not sure the name of it. They've done a nice job, same company, of fixing that building up, exterior facade. And so they say they're going to do the same on this other one. Let's just see if we can get everything together so that the concerns of the board and the neighborhood. And, the board seemed willing to at least look at it one more time before a final decision is made.
The proposed site is in the 200 block of North Route 50 in Bradley. It's expected the permit will be voted on at the next village board meeting. And it's back to school time. There's anxiety for kids, but they're not the only ones. Bree Tennis has more.
Psychology Today calls it the back-to-school blues, with nearly 87% of parents experiencing stress and anxiety when the kids go back to class. They say it's the loss of lazy days of summer and the return to more structured routines. And then there's the fact that your kids are gone. But they say the academic schedule becomes routine after about 2 weeks, with kids and parents adjusting to the new school year. So hang in there. I'm Bree Tennis.
Kankakee City Fire Department personnel called out to a fire at the U-Haul on Kennedy Drive Monday afternoon. According to reports, firefighters called out just before 12:30 yesterday afternoon, and when they got there, they found flames showing from an outside container spreading to 2 adjacent units. Kankakee Fire Chief Brian LaRoche says the fire was quickly put out with the help of firefighters from Bradley and Bourbonnais. He adds a suspect was caught and was being questioned in a possible connection to the blaze. No injuries were reported. During last night's village board meeting, Bradley trustees voted to buy a backup generator for the village's second fire station by Northfield Square Mall. Mayor Mike Watson says the generator wasn't included in the original rehab of the building because of the cost involved.
At the time, we were seeking to get a cost estimate as to adding that on. It came to me in a verbal sense of $250,000.
The total for the generator voted on by trustees last night was $76,000. Students around the area returning to school over the next couple of weeks, some starting as early as today or later this week, others not till next week or later this month. Kankakee County Sheriff's Department Chief Deputy Trent Bukowski reminds you to be careful as students head back to the classroom.
We're asking all motorists to be especially alert as you travel through school zones and residential areas. Watch carefully for children walking or riding bicycles to school. Be prepared for increased traffic around schools, and please slow down and follow all posted speed limits. Most importantly, remember that when a school bus stops, children may be getting on or off the bus. Never pass a stopped school bus when its red lights are flashing and stop arm is extended. Give yourself extra time, be patient, and remember that a few extra seconds could make the difference in protecting a child. The Kankakee County Sheriff's Office will be increasing our patrol presence in and around school zones as the new school year begins. Our goal is simple: to help make sure our children get to and from school safely. Let's all do our part to make safety a priority this school year. Slow down, stay alert, and watch out for our kids.
In sports, Cardinals lost last night. Sox and Cubs both had the day off. Cards lost 6-5 to the Phillies in St. Louis last night. Same two teams there tonight. Cubs start a series in Washington against the Nationals tonight. Sox open a 3-game series at home against the Reds. Chicago Sky lost 97-88 last night to the Seattle Storm. Sky visit the Valkyries on Wednesday. Chicago Fire FC continue Leagues Cup play Thursday night. And Chicago Bears training camp continues with an open practice Thursday before their first preseason game Saturday at Soldier Field. That is a look at news and sports here on this Tuesday. Have a good rest of your day. Be safe, everybody. I'm Rob West.
In honor of my grandfather, Franklin Weber's recent passing, we're revisiting the pilot episode of This One Time in Kankakee.
This one time in Kankakee, I was run over with a tractor.
Featuring unreleased audio and new details, it's the story of a father's sacrifice that brought my grandfather 93 beautiful years. Listen now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts.